Hey, so Lobo Volleyball has their first Mountain West road trip of the season this year. They had to play San Diego State, 4-0 Mountain West play on Thursday, and they play a Grand Canyon team that's also looking for their first win, Mountain West play. They spent the last 2 weeks at home, probably the toughest opening 2 weeks of any Mountain West team this year. All four teams are 3-1 or better. So they're on the hunt for their first Mountain West win in their first road trip. So start with John and then open things up.
Yeah, of course. As always, thank you guys for being here. We obviously not the start we wanted to have, but there hasn't been any flinch in the team. They're showing up to practice. They're giving us everything they've got. We've had some incredible. We had some video meetings where players are showing up with notes and things that they've watched their own film, and it was an incredible testament to the team's character and the integrity of the group. And while there's nobody is satisfied in that locker room, nobody is happy with where things are at. There is not an ounce of flinch. There's not an ounce of backing down, and it's really actually quite exciting as a coach when you get goosebumps walking in, going, hey, this team is as hungry as ever, and they want to go on the road. They want to go make a statement at San Diego State, who's playing really hot. They're as good as they've been the last few years, and that'll be Thursday night in San Diego. Then we get on the plane on Friday, and we take it to Grand Canyon Saturday afternoon. And so two great teams, two great road tests for us, and I think the team is preparing as well as I could have asked them to prepare, regardless of a win or a loss at the end of a match. And I think that's a testament to the team. It's really unique. We've been in a situation before. We've had some tough stretches, and I haven't seen the resolve. I haven't seen the response that this team currently has, which is for me incredibly motivating. While it's not quite where we want to be, no one would say this is where you want to be. You'd also want to hear that your team is fighting every day to get better and to right the ship where they want to be, which is they want to be a contender in this conference, and that's what we're going to do. So excited for this week ahead. Two great tests on the road.
I guess, can you just talk about what it's like preparing for teams that are on complete opposite ends of the spectrum, record-wise?
Yeah, I guess I would probably start by saying I would address the fact that this is where they're at, but we take no different approach to the preparation for the team as far as how we're going to scout, how we're going to look for different advantages that we can create, different advantages we can gain at San Diego State. They're a physical team, they're a powerful team, but there's ways that we can knock them off the net. There's ways that we can force them into some one-hitter rotations where they only have one option. There's things that we can do, and that doesn't change regardless of a team's record. It's Grand Canyon. I thought played a really tough match against Wyoming. That we were 2 points away from Wyoming. We had two sets. We win the first set by 5. With the next two sets, 27-25, 27-25, and it's 2 plays. So how do you prepare for that? Well, you just keep getting better every single day. We're looking for different ways to gain just a little 1% advantage, and that's all we're trying to do right now. Is because it is not a complete shift the system, throw everything and try to rebuild it. It's not that. It's 2 plays that don't go our way, and that could have been a sweep against a top 60 team in the country. And so we're right there, and we just keep battling.
And then when you have your conference part of the schedule so top heavy with all these teams that you're playing early, towards the top end of the conference, when you get into the later half, like a team like GCU, do you look at those like, okay, this is a good opportunity to get back on track, get back where we think we should be? Yeah,
it's a great question. I think the reality of the conference, I think everybody is playing, everybody has a loss that you kind of, I didn't see that one coming, and everybody has a win they didn't quite see coming. And so I think for us, it's the approach is, hey, these are teams that have different strengths, different weaknesses, and really, I think Grand Canyon at home is a completely unique experience. They put 2,000 people into a massive arena, and they've got these cheers and these kind of coordinated, like synchronized movements that they do. Like the whole fans get into it. It's a really unique thing that they're doing. It's a tough place to play, and so the reality is whether they're 0-4 or 4-0, we are going to approach it the exact same way. And I think for the team, we've got a lot of Phoenicians out there. That we have a commit that'll be out there. There's the family of 3 of our athletes on our team that are fired up to go watch the Lobos playing in Grand Canyon. So the preparation will be no different than it would be for any other team. It's just that, hey, maybe there's more advantages that we can create against a team that, hey, has some early season challenges just like we've had. So we'll approach it very similarly.
Coach, you described the players still being really engaged.
Yeah.
How much does it help to simplify your approach to these matches when you don't have to worry about that part of the equation?
Such a good question. Such a good question. I think the first half is, hey, like, are we still in it? You know, like, do we still feel like we can fight and fight our way through this? And the team resounding was like, yeah, heck yeah, we can. Then there's a side of like, not only can we do that, but we actually want to get better. Like, we not only do we like feel like we can fight through, but like we actually want to be on the better end of this at the end of the week. And so, I simplify. Maybe it's just more like invigorating. Maybe it's just more motivating to go, hey, having the stretch that you don't want to be in, right? No one wants to be in a situation where they're 0-4 starting conference play. But the team's motivation, the team's rallying behind this idea that we want to be relevant. We want to be a team that's fighting for a conference championship at late in November, Thanksgiving in Las Vegas. And so that's kind of been the big picture outlook. And in the micro, it's, hey, what can I do today to help the team be better? And we have players coming in for film throughout the day. Yesterday, we have players in there right now with one of my assistant coaches watching film. And so there's a really heavy sense of like, hey, we are not backing down from this battle.
I think one of the revelations from Saturday was what the offense looks like with both LP, Lauren Payne, and Joya Ricardo, both, getting back to what they expected of themselves. What do you think it requires to get both of them going at the same time, and how different is that for you guys when they are?
Yeah, time on task. We've like we said early on that one of the biggest challenges we were overcoming was getting everybody healthy. And so when we are at full strength, I think we can be a handful. And so I think time on task, allowing those players to work through it in match play. Practice is obviously one thing. Practice, yes, we can get some baseline understanding of where players are at, but it's match play. It's, hey, how are we playing at 23-23? And we actually got to 24 first in set 2 and set 3. Unfortunately, we don't finish the match where we want to, losing those sets 27-25 apiece in 2 and 3. But the more time on task that those two players have together, the better. And those are high efficiency players. They're high output players. They can do a lot. They can serve. They can pass. They can defend. They can attack at a high level. And so having them back at full strength, I think makes us a handful, just like these teams we're playing. Right now, we're seeing us work through that. And I think that's the next evolution, is having those two players get hot at the same time. And when they do, I think the Lobos are a much different team.